Good morning and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 139 of 2025, and I'm continuing the story of the King of the Wind. Here, Agba is being asked to return to Gog Magog with Sham, being honored. Perhaps this rash act has been exactly what needed to happen, and the universe had, rashly acted through him. Because here now, Sham's son was the fastest horse that the Earl of Godolphin had. And he saw that perhaps Sham was that dream stallion that he'd been looking for and hoping for. So for the first time in 2 years, over 2 years, Sham, with a blanket on his back, was loaded into the red van. Grimalkin sitting on his back with a satisfied expression on his face as if to say, "I told you so." And Agba, riding in the van with his beloved horse. He heard the crack of the whip. He felt the van shake under his feet, and he looked out through the slats with the beautiful riders surrounding him as they made their way from Wicken Fen, the Fen Slodgers, on their way now again to Gog Magog. Well, it was an uneventful journey, but Agba was glad when they stopped at Gog Magog and finally the journey had been over. Who was waiting there to greet them? But the Earl of Godolphin himself. When the ramp was let down, the Earl was standing, waiting for Agba and Sham to come out of the van. The Earl stretched out his hand toward Agba. His soft, delicate hand took a hold of Agba's calloused, weathered hand. And the Earl said, "Here at God's Down," for Godolphin, he said, means God's Down. "Here at God's Down, your horse, Sham, will live out his days." The Earl then led the way up to Sham's stall, but not Sham's old stall. No, up to where Hobgoblin had been stalled. But Hobgoblin's name was no longer above the stall door. Instead, there were new letters and words written. Agba stopped to look and take in what those letters represented. He realized that they said, "The Godolphin Arabian." The Earl had given Sham his own name. And we'll stop the story there.